Okay, so it is 2nd of October. I don't even know what day it is. Okay, Wednesday. Pretty hard fucking day, actually. I got reposted onto Justin's Instagram, which is hard because we took the same trade, and I'm not even in his Discord group. So I'm going to go over why I took that trade, and then I also took another trade in the PM with one con, which got stopped out, but I'm still up. Still up basically $400. Another thing which is sick is I got another 50k combine as well. So I've linked them together. So I've basically just doubled the prop firm capital. And they're linked as well. So every trade I take mimics. So I made 800 today technically with the 400 twice. So we'll just low-key jump straight into it. So I kind of wanted to see a retrace up to this 4 hour and for this to be the sweep before heading lower. And I still believe the draw's lower. But then what happened is you just need to be observant and look at what the fuck's going on. We were in this 30 minute on ES and this 15 on NQ. Buy side taken, SMT. So now that's pretty much everything I'm looking for. Higher time frame imbalance, sweep and manipulation shown by this SMT. Then we had this big 5 minute fair value gap. And if we're bullish, this 5 minute should hold, and then we'll continue the buy model up to this fair value gap on buy side. 5 minute gets ran through to the downside, so now I'm confident that this is the draw and potentially this low. I slap on my first contract on the close of this 5 minute, targeting this sell side and this sell side, and I also zoom in and look for more opportunity in favor of the draw. So this is when it closed here. Come up, come down. I notice we have a 1 minute fair value gap. And for you fucking bitches that don't think I took this, I'll show you my executions. So the 1 minute here, after we close below the 5, I zoom into the 15 second, again applying the same model to what I think the draw is. So we know the draw is lower because we closed below the 5. So now looking for the internal model. So had the 1 minute, and I noticed that there was another. Where is it? Wait, let me tell you fucking. Yeah, so 1 minute. This is where I entered on the 5 minute close, the 2 contracts. Came up. I want to see either this sweep or this 1 minute to hold. This 1 minute holds, big sell off. We run through this 15 second fair value gap, so I add another contract here. This was my 5 minute closer trade, just on the 5 minute, on the pullback. Then the big sell off, and we had a 1 minute, and we rejected the 1 minute, so added more contracts here. And we properly closed below it on ES as well. Then we held this one, pushed down, invalidated this 15 second, so I know the draw definitely is this low. And I know the draw is this low, so I don't need to take anything off here. Added a con, let it run through, and took pretty much everything off the sell side. Looking back, yes, I potentially could have held to this sell side level, which is where the external draw is. I should have left one contract, but what happened is there was an SMT. Here for only a short amount of time, maybe about 2-3 minutes, but I was like, realistically, there's a 15 minute fair value gap here. We've just taken sell side with an SMT, and now we're getting buying pressure back up. Yes, on a bigger time frame, we're looking to go lower, but on a smaller time frame, I don't want to see anything like this. I want to see big displacement through this. I want to see no SMTs. I want to see the 15 minute that's here get completely invalidated. I don't want to see anything like this. Took everything off. My break even would have been here, or my fill might have been like here. So potentially might have even got stopped out at no dollars. But I think when I took it off, wherever I took it off, maybe here. Yeah, it is here actually. I still gained like $80 on both the accounts. So Really good trade, same as Justin, fucking hard, gas with that. Then I did like a fucking troll on Insta because he didn't post the long, but I caught longs as well. So once the sell side level gets taken here, and we have an SMT because ES took the sell side level. Let me turn my fucking executions off. First off we run through this 3 minute, then we run through this 5 minute. I'm thinking, right, the draw's definitely higher now. On a smaller time frame, we also had an SMT here. But I didn't want to execute, so I did think it was still too soon. But I know the draw's higher now, we run through these 5s, so I wait for some sort of model. 1 minute fair value gap. We come in, we're holding the 1 minute, holding the 1 minute, holding the 1 minute, big push up, stop at this low, disrespecting this 1 minute, turning it inverse. I add some contracts here, and I put all of my take profit at buy side. Again, could have maybe taken off half and then left the runner to the high, but I was not super confident that was going to be the draw. I was super confident, however, that this was going to be the draw. So again, made another 200 something on both accounts from that long, which was really nice. Then I stepped away and I was like, I'm done. But then I saw this and I was like, yo, buy side swept, which is the original level I was expecting to reject off this 4 hour with an SMT. And we had just closed below this 3 minute inverse. It's not much, but it is a closure below. So I entered one contract there, stop at the high. Interestingly enough, if I would have left the stop at the high, I actually would never have got stopped. But this is so inefficient action that I don't give a fuck. Came up, I zoomed in. Big 1 minute here, which we were holding. I saw this as turtle soup displacement, added some more contracts. I think I moved my stop to this high and then moved it lower and lower. But we're just chopping here, and yeah, I got stopped out. Reverses back to where I think the draw was, so my bias was correct, but the execution wasn't perfect on this. But low-key, probably shouldn't have made this trade in the first place because it was already up from these two, and this is getting in later in the day. This is like 4:35 p.m. UK time. So, but I knew this was like, I was aware that was the case, so I only used one contract. As you can see here, only one contract, 1 and 1. It wasn't, maybe got stopped, I don't know, $30 or $40, like nothing compared to the gains today. So managed the risk well, which is good. And I stepped away after that got stopped. I was like, fuck this, I'm up enough, I don't want to give back any money. So yeah, good habits today. Didn't trade in the morning session. Let's just have a look what happened in the morning real quick. Swipe this, came up. Yeah, nothing in the morning, so I traded the good PA. What the fuck is going on? But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Let's look at what's happening tomorrow. Okay, 130, 245 and 3. That's pretty nutty, to be fair. So morning session's fine. PM session I might not trade because this is bang on in my exact hours. So I might have to use like crazy low size. I'll add in the draw on liquidity later when it gets to like 9, 10 and put that at the end of this video, because there's no point doing it now when there's still time to do shit basically. But yeah, trades covered. I think some guy called Diego, I can't remember his surname, but he took the same long I took actually. So it's good that people in the space are taking the same shit, seeing the same things with the same conviction. And those guys are good traders as well, so yeah, it's good to see. But yeah, that's everything covered. Those are the trades. I'm happy with it. And yeah, I'll add the draw on liquidity to the end of this. But yeah, that was today's recap. Okay, so second part of the video, the draw on liquidity for tomorrow. I was actually texting some guy and he was asking about this, so I'm gonna try and do it as in depth as possible. So yeah, let's actually just jump fucking straight into it, and I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So I'm starting on the daily, on NQ, and just kind of zooming out. What the fuck? Where are we? What are we doing? So first thing I'm seeing is we're in this daily fair value gap. That's the first thing. So already off this time frame, I'm more bearish because we haven't broken through this fair value gap. If we've bummed through this, yeah, or at least in it, I could potentially say we could go higher and, you know, go to buy side. But that fact we've touched it and now heading lower, that's a bearish bias on a bigger time frame. Okay, next thing I do, I zoom down a bit, 4 hour. Okay, so I'm gonna mark in, actually I won't do that yet. So here's my daily, draw in the significant levels, so there's buy side. We have a nice big 4 hour fair value gap here, which we're just about touching into now. And on the left hand side, we've just swept some form of sell side liquidity. So now on a smaller, bigger time frame, we've, you know, swept sell side. We are actually in this bigger 4 hour fair value gap. So swap sell side 4 hour, potentially we're going to see higher now, and maybe see this fair value gap, which is what we're seeing right now. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but say we bum through this, we've disrespected this bearish imbalance, and now I'm expecting the draw to be at least this high, potentially this high, and maybe even full buy side if we run through this fair value gap. But I don't know that because it hasn't happened yet. So equally, we could not disrespect this and then see a sell model, swipe relevant sell side here, and then continue lower, and then continue on to the bigger time frame model and heading down lower. So it's all a game of, you need to know what's going to happen. You don't want to be guessing. People up here shorting or longing and they're just fucking guessing. You gotta know. You gotta know. And if you're wrong when you know, it means either you were wrong and you didn't know, or you're unlucky. And there is an element of being unlucky in trading, and that is a thing. It's not like there's no 100% win rates. Like, no one's perfect all the time. There will be scenarios where it could be an A+ trade and you still lose just because that's what happens, and that's trading. If you can't accept that, then you're a fucking bitch. Like, you don't control this shit. Just observe and do the best of your ability and then see what happens. Anyway, zooming down to the 1 hour, I'm now going to put in tomorrow's open. So 8. So now looking at this, swiped sell side here, touching this 4 hour imbalance, not running through it, showing very little displacement. My bias would be short. So yeah, we swapped sell side. We've now rebalanced up to this 4 hour, swept. Sorry, this should be buy side. And now we're just kind of chopping. And like, I'm gonna be honest, there's not a clear draw right now. There's not a clear draw. So you've got to wait. I've got to wait until I've got more information. Zooming into the 15 here. Nothing much. I guess big sell-off, fair value gaps created. Kind of just chopping. Nothing I really like. What I would like to pay attention to though is this. We have a 30-minute here. So what I did there to get this was 15 looked a bit scuffed because there's bare fair value gaps and we're just chopping. 30-minute. If we break through this 30-minute, because notice how there's no bullish fair value gap on the hourly or the 4 hour in this move up, but there is a 30-minute, which is the highest time frame fair value gap of this move, meaning that if we disrespect this, we're more likely going to see these sell side levels, purely because this is kind of what I like to call the kind of last form of defense. Say this was down here, like this, same situation. If this invalidates, I expect it to be an inverse to go down here. Say for example, there's an hourly here. The hourly would be more important than this 30-minute, but this is the highest time frame, and obviously the higher time frames are more indicative because there's less manipulation, and people are more likely to see the higher time frame than the lower time frame based on volume. So if the bigger picture is playing out, it's more likely to happen than the very small picture where it's jumping up and down, because less people are seeing it, less manipulation, less reason for the banks to get involved. So this is an area I'd be looking to us to break through. I'm going to mark in again my relevant levels. So here's my buy side. And it looks like we're holding on to this 30-minute right now, and potentially you could see a run up here, maybe sweep this, maybe get some displacement down and then go lower. But again, we might, sweep this and then maybe buy up, close above this 4 hour and then see higher. It's not clear right now. But this is how you want to go into the day, just understanding what the fuck's going on. So we know if we bump through this, we're going to go higher. And we know if we, potentially want to come up and sweep buy side once more, we're going to go lower. So yeah, it's pretty simple. That's the draw for tomorrow. I'm just going to check. Actually, no, I've already checked it. News is pretty crazy tomorrow in the New York session. So we'll potentially won't be trading tomorrow. Now let's check ES. Is ES the same? So ES, we swipe this buy side. Zooming in. Just swipe sell side here. Draw my buy side level. There's that big 4 hour here. Looks like we are forming SMT. Yeah, we got an SMT here at this high. So again, this is bearish. SMT 4 hour, sell side swept. Is there a fair value gap? In this, there is a 4 hour fair value gap here, which we're holding. Most likely this is going to be a rebalance to then head lower, but again, I don't know. I don't want to fucking guess. I want to observe and see what happens. Exact same situation. If we bump through this 4 hour, I expect these highs and then this high. If we continue to play out this SMT, and that's what the draw is, and that's what that's what's going to happen basically. We need more structure. We need more validation that put it this way. Yes, there's an SMT. Does that mean we take a trade? No, fuck no. We need way more information than that. We're in a point of time where we literally cannot say. And people get all fucking skits about that. It's like, oh, I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's like, you're not supposed to know. You're literally not supposed to know. The people who are doing the manipulation in the morning don't know what they're going to do yet. So how could I have a draw in liquidity right now where I don't have enough information to what's going to happen without guessing, getting lucky? And that's what bear people do. They guess and they get lucky and think they're fucking geniuses, when actually they've got lucky. The person that didn't take a trade and didn't get lucky is a better trader. So yeah, we have this SMT now on both. Do we have that same 30-minute? We do have that same 30-minute here. Draw that across. Sell side's been taken. Bouncing off the 4 hour, working our way up. There's 30 minutes holding. SMT at this high. Way too much information here. Most likely what's going to happen in the overnight sessions will come up, maybe sweep this high, maybe sweep buy side and head lower. But, you might just range lower, break below this 30, and then take an inverse trade targeting sell side. So right now that's my draw. It's not like every day it's not going to be clear. And you don't want to be zooming into the 1 minute and 5 minute and working out what's going on, because there's still fucking, it's 8 o'clock. There's still hours before like this white line is where I'm going to look at the market. So there's so much time here where shit can happen. There's no point going on like a micro scale. The micro, smaller time frames should only be used for executions. They shouldn't be used for any sort of draw on liquidity for the day. Like a 5 minute draw is not the same as a daily or 4 hour draw. They're completely different and shouldn't be correlated. But yeah, so it's good to also have both the indices up to see the correlation. This SMT. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the overnight session. I'm going to draw in this as some buy side as well. Yeah, which is there. And then yeah, that's the draw. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Again, I'll do my video tomorrow on the day. Yeah, happy with today. Getting fucking locked in now. Yeah, I think that's everything. I'll see you guys tomorrow.